To bring you now because Sir John Major has written a letter to Sir Graham Brady, who of course is the chair of the 1922 Committee of Backbenchers. He has said that the proposal for the Prime Minister to remain in office for up to 3 months, in his words, having lost the support of his cabinet, his government and his parliamentary party, is unwise and may be unsustainable. He goes on to say, in such a circumstance, the Prime Minister maintains the power of patronage and, of even greater concern, the power to make decisions which will affect the lives of those within all 4 nations of the United Kingdom and further afield. Some will argue that his new cabinet will restrain him. I merely note that his previous cabinet did not or could not do so. For the overall well-being of the country, Mr Johnson should not remain in Downing Street when he is unable to command the confidence of the House of Commons for any longer than necessary to effect the smooth transition of government. So that letter there you can see from the former Prime Minister Sir John Major, written to Sir Graham Brady of the 1922 Committee. Well, let's bring in Sam Coates, shall we, our Deputy Political Editor. It's pretty strong words there from the former leader.
That's right. So, John, picking up on the themes that we've been talking about in the last 20 minutes, the idea that Boris Johnson, who doesn't really obey convention, as we've seen over the last 72 hours, still having lots of the levers of power, a cabinet expecting him not to make big decisions, but that not really being tenable at a point that we are at this point in Britain's history. John Major suggesting 2 alternatives, either the Dominic Raab solution. Now, I know that's being talked about by Conservative MPs. In other words, Boris Johnson leaves now, and Dominic Raab comes in. He will be Prime Minister with all the powers, but he will be deemed by his peers to be an acting Prime Minister. John Major's other alternative solution is that the 1922 should get Tory MPs alone to select a new Prime Minister in a matter of days or a week or 2 before the summer recess, and then they should become Prime Minister at that point, much quicker, and then the members in the country would only be consulted afterwards. So they would basically allow MPs to make the choice and avoid the much more lengthy process of consulting Tory members. So there's John Major's 2 solutions, but this is a really big question because of the period that we're in, the nature of Boris Johnson's exit, and the criticisms that he's received from Tory MPs, many of whom just don't trust him, can't leave him, like people like Theresa May and David Cameron, who did hang around for their successor to be appointed. People not sure that they can trust Boris Johnson with that.